welcome back. You're still watching Fut-Afrique. We're having all conversations about football on the African continent. It's that time where we get you out of your misery and we answer this week's trivia question. Now, we did ask you, which country was the first to have 2 participants in the CAF Women's Champions League? Jess?
And the correct answer is Morocco. They had AS FAR and they had Casablanca. Things we manifest for all the time. But the correct answer is Morocco.
Morocco is the right answer. Very, very soon, South Africa will be part of that list, 11-11. It's going to happen. If you didn't know, well, now you know. Thank you so much for playing along with us. We do it again next week. So make sure that you get your pen and paper and you set the time. 1:30. SABC 1 is where I have to be. Now, Mamelodi Sundowns ladies are back off the whirlwind of the competition that they were participating within out in the USA. Things didn't go so well, but I believe that no losses, just lessons.
100%, and we know that Mamelodi Sundowns is a very great team that uses their losses as ammunition for the next game. So we are going to see a very explosive Mamelodi Sundowns. I think it was a great competition for them, stepping out of your bubble, stepping out of your comfort zone, and actually facing other opponents who play a different style of game, maybe to just adopt some techniques that could possibly work for us, not change the whole dynamic, because we see it works. You know, you don't fix what's not broken. But I think them really going into a faster pace, you know, into other different techniques of football. I know Jerry definitely was, you know, had his notebook there and is taking notes. We're super proud of them. This is a number that we never expected for Mamelodi Sundowns. I think they want to come back and shut down the haters, because they are now losing.
And that's why I say that it's no losses, it's just lessons, simply because I believe, as you said, it's going to fuel them up when they go into the CAF Women's Champions League. We're going to see a different side. When they come back to the Hollywood Bets League, different side. So be ready for Mamelodi Sundowns when they get back into action. Talking about Mamelodi Sundowns, they played up against Kansas City, and that is a team that has recruited one of our very own here in South Africa.
Yes, Hilda Magaya. She moves to Kansas City on a loan from a previous club, and I think this is due to possibly game time, because we haven't seen much of her on the international domestic. But I think it's a good move for her if it's going to give her game time. I think that's very vital, you know, knowing that WAFCON is coming through, the friendly, again, the international friendly is coming through, so you do need to see a lot of game time for these particular players, because we do know it does kind of hinder a selection process if you haven't been playing. We saw with Andile Dlamini, you know. So I think this is a good move for her. And the football that they play there, we saw with Mamelodi Sundowns, they're a very strong team. So I think it's a great move for her, and we'll definitely be seeing more of her.
Yeah, we definitely do. And you deny her game time, how are we going to have her in the squad? So I personally love this for her, but it's not just her. Noko Matlou, just when people say, okay, this time she's retiring, she's like,
I'm not ready. And this is why I always talk about, I feel like age is not really a limiting factor of becoming a great footballer. And Noko Matlou proves that to us.
Does it not depend which position you play?
I don't think so. If Noko Matlou was playing as a striker, we know she used to play as a striker. If you're bringing in the goals, you know, still.
Fair enough.
So I don't think it really, if you perform and you keep the consistency, because we haven't seen a drop in performance for Noko Matlou for the past couple of years. And that's why she's still able to actually make it for national team call-up. She's one of the oldest players we have who's always giving it an opportunity. And to make it into the international space at that age is remarkable, because we do know the international clubs, when we are trying to get opportunities for players from this side, if you're over the age of 30, is not make sure. They don't really consider. So for her to, you know, get this deal, it's a 1-year deal, but I think she's still doing superb, and I know she's going to represent us very well.
Well, like fine wine, she's getting better with time. Congratulations to Noko Matlou. Talking about her, hopefully, when WAFCON takes place in the year 2025, she's one of the faces that we will see wearing the green and gold. It has been said that Morocco will no longer host the Africa Cup of Nations come the year 2025. And South African President of the South African Football Association, that being Dr. Daniel Radan, has said that South Africa has submitted their bid because we want to host. Sensitive topic when it comes to me, because I feel like better user and they're not doing enough for women's football. But what's your take on the thing?
I will agree with the parts of not doing enough for women's football, but I think we should take this opportunity for us to do something better and good for women's football. It's a great opportunity for us. I think we also want to go and show the support. Defending champions, we spoke about how sad it was to see the stadium full of every color except the South African flag. And now we have an opportunity to actually go to the stadiums. So I don't think it's just a conversation about the people who are sitting there, but it's a conversation for Itu and I to make sure that we call our friends, we market the game so well. SAFA needs to market these games so well that we are also filling up the stadiums to show support and see how these girls are doing. You spoke about Noko actually crossing fingers in the squad.
Yeah.
We know she's a couple of caps away to actually breaking.
Yeah, Janine Van Beek.
Exactly.
Yes, and I'm just like meeting. And I'm hoping even at the end of the year when we go to the international friendly.
Yes.
She must be inside.
100%. So we're rooting for her, but I think WAFCON, and look at the countries that, are going to be competing. South Africa stands a great chance. We've got the stadium, we've got the facilities, we've got the structure, we've got the media coverage as well in order for us to host a bid like this. But I do agree with you that we don't want it to be a temporary hype of just WAFCON. And it shouldn't.
Which is what we saw the last time, even though we didn't host it, but we won it, and it was like hype for then.
Yes.
People were even shutting us up to be like, Rutwi, it's enough.
100%. And we want to have a continuous celebration and a continuous inclusion, not just after we win, But I think we were also dented by those games against Brazil.
Oh, yes.
And then it
happened too soon.
It happened too soon. But I'm hoping really that, they market this well. We can pull in the sponsors. We can pull in the number of audiences. We can also break records. Guys, we can break
We actually can.
records, what I'm saying?
Can.
Give us an opportunity also to have, more broadcasted games, because the challenge now we have is broadcasting, is footage for the players and all of that. But I'm really looking forward to this. I hope they're listening, that we don't just stop after WAFCON.
Well, listen, when it comes to bidding, we know that South Africa really gets it right. We know that other countries will vote for South Africa. We've got the facilities. We did it back in the year 2010. That's the last time in which we hosted the WAFCON. Imagine us doing it again now in the year 2025. That would be absolutely amazing. However, as Jess and I have reiterated, it's not something that we want to see come and go in a year. It's something that we hope has a lasting and lifelong effect when it comes to women's football. There's so much more we can talk about, but we'll park the conversations there. We continue them on social media. It's at Fut-Afrique. Use the hashtag, the only one that matters, hashtag Fut-Afrique. From myself, Itumeleng and Jessica, and the rest of the team, have yourselves a good day further.